I can go get addicted to crack, but should I? Should I go get addicted to crack? No, I shouldn't. You want to know why? Because I want to live a long, healthy, abundant life. That's the exact same reason why I'm not going to play the man and woman role in my life. Men be calling themselves like simps and stuff. You know why that word exists? Because men actually are simps. They're actually in denial about who they are. But they're in denial because women are shaming them. Because women are making them feel like they're weak for that. As women, we have to stop demasculinizing men. When you demasculinize a man, you make him not want to do anything for you. And while it is 100% true that as women, we don't need men, we don't need a man to do anything for us. Let's admit, let's be honest, you're an amazing woman. You can make the money, you can change the oil, you can literally do anything you want all by yourself. But in reality, do you want to do all that? Is it worth it for you to literally waste your energy on doing things that you don't need to be doing? I feel like as a society, women and men kind of haven't been getting along recently because we're both not really playing our parts. And I am a woman that is 100% for, of course, women working, making their own money, doing their own things, living their own life, and having their own ambitions. I am 100% for that. I love that and I encourage that. But I think some things are getting lost within our roles because it's men don't know their place. Men don't feel as fulfilled. They don't feel needed because women are demasculinizing them. And the way that women are demasculinizing them is by over criticizing them and under appreciating them. And I 100% get it. Sometimes you don't really I'm just gonna turn that around because I hate seeing mirrors in videos. But I 100% get it because the reality is, as women, we don't really need men. We can do everything we want on our own times 10 and literally take the average 20-year-old woman today, like myself, and take me toe to toe with someone else that's my age. I'm probably doing better than him in reality. But that doesn't mean that it gives me the right to demasculinize a man. Because at the end of the day, men get their energy and men want to do based on basically how loved and appreciated they feel. That's very important for a man. If a man feels like he's taking care of a woman and that he is providing, if you put a man in that position, then you're gonna see him bloom, you're gonna see him work hard, he's gonna literally get stuff done. Because for men, their motivation is family and appreciation. I see a lot of people messing up on this because it's a man will do something for you and it's you're not even appreciative, or you're just oh, why did you do it like that? Or it's just not working for you. And this is coming from me. I'm someone who, I never grew up with my father. My father is in prison. I never grew up with any uncles. I've only grown up seeing strong women and basically taking over the mother and father role for me. I only have my mom and my nana and my aunts. So even coming from someone like me, I can see that something is wrong. Literally something's wrong in the world because people aren't playing their roles. There's no balance. There's no balance for anything. So just earlier today, I went to the car shop and I went in with the intentions of putting new tags on my car because I just got a car. So, with the 30-day tags, you got to get them off when your real plates come in. So I was coming to get a border for my license plate so it could be all decorated and sparkly. So I brought one and I was going to check out, and when I came in, my intention was that the person helping me would help me put those plates on my car. But when I was literally checking out, this man came in and he needed help. But then he kind of stopped. He was he saw that the man was kind of waiting on me. I was waiting on the man to check me out. So he was oh, go ahead, help her first. And then when he was checking me out, I started getting worried on the inside. I was dang, I really wanted this man to help me put these plates on my car because literally I don't want to do it myself. But he has this person literally waiting on me. He's actually waiting on him to be done with me. So yeah, right when I was checking out, I was about to pay, right? Literally the man that came in after me, that was going to get help from the person, from the checkout guy after me, he literally stopped me. He was can I help you put him on? I was yeah, thank you. I knew when I came in, when I walked in, I really wanted someone to help me put those tags in my car. I just knew it was going to be the worker, and it ended up being another customer that was literally waiting on me to get done so you can get help from that same worker. Men love helping women. It literally feeds their soul to help women. I mean, just like it feeds your soul. Like when you see a woman so happy, so grateful that she's like receiving something, doesn't that make you happy? Like that's why, like, don't you like watching like haul videos or videos of women getting like extravagant gifts from their husbands? Like it literally, like that's kind of joy, that kind of joy that you see is like actually like liberating. It's enlightening. Like it's beautiful. The greatest gift I feel like we can give to men is by appreciating them and giving them the chance to be appreciated. The thing is, like, it is 100% true that we can do everything a man can do, and we can even do it better a lot of the times. The only thing that men like genuinely have on us is their physical strength. Women are smarter, women are making more money, women are having more businesses. It's a fact. And I recognize that. As someone who's been an entrepreneur since I was 16, I've always made more money than my peers. I've always done more than my peers. I've always handled more than my peers. But nonetheless, men need to be appreciated. And I understand the duality of life. I understand the fact that I don't want to live alone. I don't want to just marry myself. I don't want to be a lonely woman with me and my cat. I want a husband. I want a family. And it's my responsibility to understand my role that I want to keep in my family and my role that I want my husband to keep in my family. And because of, for one, my faith and also just like my understanding of the world, I feel like those traditional roles, those traditional values are super important. And this is for me personally. This may not be for you, but me personally, my man has to be able to provide. He has to be able to provide housing and just like amenities for me. He has to be able to take care of me because that's important for me. I need to feel safe. I need to feel comfortable. I need to feel like I have someone that's protective of me. For me to feel safe, that's what I need. And for me, what I can provide for my man is upliftment. I can provide him gratitude. I can be so grateful to him. I can be sure that I'm like taking care of him the way that I can, whether that is cooking for him or allowing him to see my beautiful face or hair. This is something that I see as kind of like a problem in the Black community. And mind you, like just a little backstory on me. I am African American. I was raised by a single mother. I am the oldest of 9. And I'm a first generation college student. Just to give you a little context of the life that I came from, I did not grow up in a safe area for my key developmental years. I've had people I went to school with die. I've had neighbors literally get shot right beside my house. I've lived in poverty. I've dealt with a lot of things in my life. And I will say that one of our biggest issues in the Black community is that they're breaking our family unit. They're breaking our families apart. People are not seeing that. People are not seeing that they're turning us against each other. They want you as a woman to think that you're so strong, you don't need a man, he can't do anything for you, he does everything wrong. If he doesn't do it this way, then it's not right. And that is not right. Like, I get it that as a woman, you want a man that's going to be able to do the things he's supposed to do. But I have to tell you, you really have to give him the space to be able to do that. If you're hovering over him, if you're critiquing every single thing that he's doing, then how are you going to give him the space to like be a man? And at the end of the day, like, men's masculinity, a lot of them they have fragile masculinity. So if he likes you and you don't appreciate him, if you critique him, if you kind of like talk down on him, then you're gonna put him on a defense mode and he's gonna not want to take care of you. I think like a really important thing when dealing with a man as a woman is polarity. If you want to be a feminine woman, then you have to play that feminine role, and when you do, then you will allow him and his masculinity to click on, and that's when you guys can work well together. And I feel like one of the biggest poisons in the Black community is that they have taken away our men and they have demasculinized our men. For me, like I said, my father's been in prison my entire life. I met him once when he came out when I was 16, actually on my 16th birthday. Met him one time and then I haven't seen him since. I think I saw him when I was younger, but of course I don't remember that. I was like a baby. But the removal of my father was pretty damaging, I think, to my mom, and damaging to our family unit. I think the family unit is important because, yes, I've seen it. As a woman, you can take care of your kids, you can provide, you can nurture your kids, you can play both roles. While you can do that, it's a matter of sustainability. We have to think long term. At the end of the day, as a woman, we don't have as much testosterone as a man. A man has 25 times more testosterone than a woman. That means he can go work an 8-hour shift, come home from work, and go to the gym and work out for 2 hours, and then come home, and then want to wrestle in the bed with you for 2 more hours, and then wake up and do it all again. As women, we don't have the energy for that. You can kick your body into overdrive, you can kick your body into being overly masculine, and your body will do that for a minute, but your nervous system is literally running on flight or fight if you do that. Like, you're literally making yourself overly worked, like you're overexerting too much energy, and you're spreading yourself thin if you're operating too much in your masculine and you're not allowing someone to come into your space and to take care of you and to handle that masculine container for you. I can tell you 100% from my perspective as the oldest of 9 and coming from a single mother family, a woman can do it all. A woman can physically do it all. But the question is not if you can, the question is if you should. Because think about it, like, I can go get addicted to crack, but should I? Should I go get addicted to crack? No, I shouldn't. You wanna know why? Because I wanna live a long, healthy, abundant life. That's the exact same reason why I'm not gonna play the man and woman role in my life. And for me, growing up, like right now, for one, I'm only 21. Like, I'm in my last year of college. I have had to operate more masculine than I planned to in my life, but that's because I'm a woman literally starting my career, starting my life, you know? So it's like I have to use some masculine energy. But I have been making a conscious effort to use my masculine energy in a way that can promote exponential growth, right? So for example, I use my masculine energy when I'm working. If you don't know, I'm a hairstylist, and as a hairstylist, for one, like, you can make some money doing hair. If you're a girl and you don't know what to do, bro, literally get into services, do lashes, do nails, do hair, because for one, you can never be replaced by a machine, and for two, people are always gonna get it done, okay? Everywhere you go, it's gonna be needed. Just a little tip, like, I genuinely love doing hair. I love doing hair. But yeah, so I do hair. So when I'm doing hair, I'm literally in my masculine energy. How? Because, firstly, let me explain masculine and feminine energy. I don't just mean girly and boyish. I don't just mean like pink and blue. That's not what I mean when I say feminine and masculine energy. Feminine energy is all about receiving, obviously. It's about the flow. It's about the ease. It's about the joy and the flow and creativity of life, right? Masculine energy is about the container. It's about structure. It's about logic. Masculine energy is more physical. Feminine energy is more metaphysical. So I use my physical energy, my masculine energy, my structure energy, my time and space keeping energy to make money right now, and to also jumpstart my career, and to basically, hold the container for me to do my coursework, focus on studies, and focus on my business. That is when I'm in my masculine energy. The way I use my feminine energy is pretty much every other time than that. So anytime that I'm out, my energy is literally open, my heart is open. I'm open to receiving anything. Not anything. Don't settle, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, bro. Don't accept anything, you know what I'm saying? Don't just be ready to take anything anybody want to give you. You know what I'm saying? Okay? But my energy is ready to receive something good, right? So usually when I leave the house, if I'm stepping out, I get so many compliments, and I love it. I keep my heart open and my energy ready to receive good, right? So when I go out and I'm not in that masculine space, my energy is light, I'm happy, I'm free, I'm flowy, and my energy is just like super attractive and magnetic. I feel like as women, we have like this space that we can step into where it's like, you know, in the back of the head, in the back of your head, like you're gonna get something, and you know you're not gonna have to work too hard for it. Like, I know that you felt in that stage, especially if you're a baddie. I know you felt that before, where it's just like, you know, something's coming to you, and you know you're literally not gonna have to like physically go work 8 hours for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you physically don't have to go like lift a freaking boulder for it. Like, you don't have to do much. As a woman, we do have this phase that we can get into and this space we can get into where we're super feminine and like receptive. My goal is to live in the feminine receptive stage of life probably 60 to 70% of the time, and then be in my masculine about 40 to 30% of the time. And the reason why is because I'm a businesswoman. Gotta get that money, okay? It's just my own personal aspiration, right? So like I said before, I'm a first generation student, and my family doesn't have assets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came from a single mom. Her mom is a single mom. Her mom, let's not talk about her. And then her mom did have a husband, but he was significantly older and he passed, right? And she had 11 kids. So it's like, we don't have anything to pass down for sustainability for our family. So my job, my mission, my passion, my like mission here on this earth right now is to build a legacy for my family. And it would be easy for someone to say like, okay, so like that legacy is like her business, so she wants to build a business for her family. While that is true, I think like another layer of that legacy is living my best life, changing the pace of my family, and showing us that we can live our best lives. And that requires me to be 100% with myself and to be honest about what I really want out of life. And I think that deep down as humans, we just want love. We just want to be cared for. We just want our community. We just want our tribe. We just want our people that love us. And we want the freedom to do whatever we want. Whatever the heck we want. That's all we want, right? So my legacy is not just breaking my back, operating in my masculine energy, and starting my business and making my business so successful and growing it to millions by putting in so much time, energy, and sweat. My legacy is, yes, building a legacy. Yes, building a business that is going to attract like millions and have a legacy for my family. But also living in a healthy family unit. Being smart with my money. Having the freedom to do what I want. Enjoying experiences, enjoying life. Bringing my family together and living in peace. Like, because on one hand, like, you can have everything that you want in this life. You can literally reach all the goals that you want physically. Like, you can literally, like, you know, you can set this goal of having a certain amount of money. You can get that money, and then everything else in your life can be, like, a mess. You can have no relationship. You can be not in your best body, not being your best you. You can have terrible habits and a horrible relationship with God. So for me, I want everything. I want the holistic wealth and health of life. I don't just want money. I don't just want love. I don't just want a beautiful body. I do just want a relationship with God, but a good relationship with God comes with all of this. I'm not gonna lie. Like, locking in with God is literally gonna get you everything. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, but it's important for me to be aware of the whole picture of life. And for me, that included me unlearning a lot of the things I was conditioned to growing up. Like, as, you know, growing up in my situation, it would be easy for me to say, like, oh, you can't trust a man, you don't need a man, especially seeing what men did to my mom. or my siblings, seeing how horrible men can be, seeing how ruthless and like barbaric they can be, seeing what type of predators they can be, like, yeah, it would be easy for me to say that. But I thank God I was able to come to college and I have access to the internet, and I was able to see other examples, and I was able to choose what I want to believe. You can choose what you want to make your reality. You don't have to settle for everything that was given to you. And me, I refuse to settle with what was given to me. I'm not gonna lie, the situation I grew up in was definitely not ideal. But because of my situation, I am able to learn and overcome and choose for myself. I think as women, and especially, you know, like living here in the United States, like I see a huge imbalance. And the imbalance I see is because we've lost the family unit. We lost our kind of like dependency on each other. People are super like hyper independent. And you may think that this is super sustainable to only worry about you, but it's really not. Especially because it's like, bruh, once you get over a certain age and your hormones start kicking in and you start getting like really kind of like primitive in your thinking, you get kind of like, then it's like all of the glitz and glamour of being in your youth kind of like fall, you know? And it's like you get really in touch with what you're here for, what really matters in this life. And what really matters is that companionship, is that love and having a bond with someone. And it's like the way we're going in the West, especially with like all this music poisoning the minds of people. Oh my gosh, bro. I just think about my siblings and it just makes me sick, bro. Because like they're like teenagers, you know, like in like high school now. And it's like the stuff that like, bro, Pound Town. This is a video of pre-K students and they're singing their favorite songs. Yeah. Why do they know these songs? They're poisoning the mind of children. Future talking about if I hit you once, you part of my collection. We got that show, what is it, Baddies East? The kids is watching this and they literally think like, then again, bro, they don't know any better. I'm not sure if they think that this is, you know, this is their goal, but it's kind of like this is an example being painted for them, and I hate that. I think it's silly, I think it's goofy, and I think it's unsustainable. And I think that is really important for kids to realize, like, you don't want that for yourself, bruh. Look at these people, if they live that kind of life, look at them in 20 years. Do you want that for yourself? I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for no one, actually. I hate that. I don't want people to be out here, first off, chasing people that don't want them, doing things that don't serve them, neglecting their relationship with God, and just being like ruthless, unruly. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It makes me uneasy, right? It makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. But it's important for you, I think, to realize like what you want out of life and what you want in your relationships, because I think that is super important. For me, that's probably one of the most important things for me in my life. It's really important for you to realize what you want out of life and the dynamic you want in your relationship. And I think that for me, the most sustainable and most attractive option is tradition. It's traditional, how we've done it in the past, with women perceiving more of a receiving role, and men having more of a giving role, a provider role. Because men literally, they operate off of that feminine energy. They operate off of that feminine like affection and attention. Men love women's attention. They love women's affection. If you can make a man feel good, he will give you anything. Like if you make a man feel appreciated, seen and heard by your presence, if he feels like you're looking at him like he's the man, like he can do something, if you're giving him like hope and faith, he will give you anything. Men really genuinely just want to feel appreciated. They just want to be like, they want to feel like they're the man. Men have huge egos. And they're super competitive. They want to feel like they're the man. they want to be able to go on a double date with their friend and like buy you dinner, and they want their friend to see you so happy and treating your man like he's the king. He wants to feel like he's the king. That's all men really want. Just like women just want to feel like they're the queen, men just want to feel like they're the king. They just want to feel like, yeah, I know. You know? So you got to be able to give your man that kind of experience. And okay, not just your man, like literally any man, because, you know, of course, like you don't have to pursue romantic relationships with every single person, you know, but it's like the way men react to you, if you operate in more of like a feminine way and you show them appreciation and you just allow yourself to receive from them, is actually like phenomenal. Like it actually is what built society. Society was built on men's affection for women, actually. Because you know, at some point in history, like women couldn't work. Like, so he had to be able to make that woman like happy. He had to be able to provide for her. And that energy that she gave him when she was happy and like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, I really appreciate this, thank you, that made him want to go back to work and work harder and bring back more to make her happy. Men love women, they really do. And oh my gosh, like I don't know what all this stuff is. Oh yeah, I just remember like all this stuff like on TikTok where like men be calling themselves like simps and stuff. You know why that word exists? Because men actually are simps. They're actually in denial about who they are. But they're in denial because women are shaming them. Because women are making them feel like they're weak for that. Because women are taking advantage and kind of like just shitting on men. They're shitting on them, right? A man, he will just like feel like he's the man, you know. He will like try to approach a girl. He'll give her his absolute best. Even if his best is very insignificant for what the woman can provide for herself, still his best nonetheless. And the woman will kind of like shit on him. She'd be like, laugh at it, or just be like, ugh. That can really break a man. Because the reality is men's ego is very fragile. You should never kind of like let a man down too hard, even though you're not responsible for him and his healing and stuff. For one, it could be, you know, like in today's world, you never know what someone's going to do, so it could actually be potentially dangerous. And for two, it's kind of like, in my eyes, in my perception, I feel like I just want to be a good person. I can't be a good person so if I'm walking around making people feel terrible about themselves. I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's not my standard. There is a way that you can do it in a respectful way. Okay, there's a way that you can do it in a way that's not degrading and very upsetting for the man. So say for example, you know, like, okay, I'll give you an example, okay? Say if someone like wanted to take me on a date, right? And I'm like, okay, where do you want to go? And he's like, oh, I haven't started my first job yet, so I can only really afford McDonald's. So would you be cool with coming to McDonald's? I can pick you up and everything. I would be like, oh, I really appreciate that, but unfortunately, I can't eat that, or that doesn't really work for me. I do wish you the best, and I'm sure that you will meet someone that is kind enough and like more receptive to that. But for me, that just doesn't work for me, and I don't want to put you in a situation or myself in a situation that's not sustainable. And then that's it. Then he will be like, if he's a sensible person, which hopefully he is, hopefully you attract sensible people, and then he'll be like, okay, I see that. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for your honesty, is what real man will do. Oh, and with the men that like appreciate women, these are healthy men, okay? These are not like damaged men. Ice cold. Some men, they actually just want to like abuse. You know, some men actually are just like predators and they want to extract as much energy as they can. They don't want to provide and protect. But I'm going to say this in the best way that I can. You just kind of have to put yourself in a space that you can only be provided and protected for. So you have to be strong, and you have to also put protection over yourself. You can't allow access. You know, you can't allow everyone to have access to you. Physically, mentally, spiritually, because that's not really like sustainable. And if you want a certain type of person, you have to think about what that person would be attracted to. So if you make, you know, like your idea of your husband, and you have to think about like if you match what he would like, you know. I feel like I can go deeper into this and I can make like a more step-by-step video, but today I'm just chatting because I really don't like how demasculized men are. And again, I'm someone that was never raised by a man. I don't have any actually like male figures in my life that were like mentors or, you know, some type of like fatherly role. But I still see the issue with demasculizing men, because men's natural instinct, at least like a good man's natural instinct, is to provide. But if you're shitting on everything that they're providing, why would they want to provide? Whether it's a helping hand, whether it's some money, whether it's buying you a house, if you're not appreciative, why would they want to give? Because you have to understand, you as a woman, we actually have so many types of currency. We have money currency, and then we have our energy currency. You giving a man your smile, you saying like, you don't even have to say anything, if you're just like appreciating him, that's currency. You just gave him money. You just gave him strength to go make something out of himself. So it's really important for you as a woman to think about like how you cannot demasculize a man if you are demasculizing men. And for me, I think like it's easier and more sustainable if you say like what goes for one goes for all, because it's like hard for you, you know, like to really embody something and consistently practice it if you're switching up with every person on a case-by-case basis. So you can't say like, oh, I'm not gonna not demasculize this man, he's not a good man, like he's not strong enough, he doesn't have enough money, he's not doing enough, I can't not demasculize him. That's not right, because at the end of the day, everyone is where they're at in life, and no one is perfect. No one deserves to be shitted on. Okay, if something doesn't match with you, there's a respectful way you can say that. You can say, I just don't think that this would be sustainable for me. That's it. You can say that, but you don't have to shit on anyone. Okay, you cannot demasculize anyone. If you want to actually get into the mood and the mode of being able to sustain a healthy marriage with polarity, with one dominant masculine partner and one female dominant partner, female energy partner. If you want to be able to sustain that dynamic with a femme energy and a masculine energy, then you need to be able to learn how to not demasculinize. And I feel like it's so easy to demasculinize a man, but don't do it. It's not good. It's not sustainable. It doesn't help you operate in your feminine energy anyway. It makes you more masculine. And men, if you put them in like a masculine scene, like if you look like a woman but your energy is masculine, then you're literally going to put them in a different mode. They're not going to see you as something to protect. They're going to see you as competition, which is not right. How are you going to take care of your competition? That doesn't make any sense. It's not going to work. So moral of today's video is, please stop demasculizing men, because it's not good for polarity. It's not good for sustainability. It's not good for your femininity. It's just not a sustainable thing. And it's not holding together our family units even more. So yeah, if possible, please allow yourself to kind of get out of the habit of underappreciating men and over criticizing them, because it's not good for men. It's not good for us in our community. No, just don't do it. It's not sustainable. It would be way better, way more sustainable if we just allow each other to operate in our best energy. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I know it was a bit like all over the place. I was just being very flowy and very fluid. This came up even today because of the situation that happened at the car shop with the man that just like helped me. Like the fellow customer that just helped me, and it really had me thinking about like men love providing and some women don't get provided for, because they demasculinize. And I would hate for a woman to not be provided for because she doesn't know how to not demasculinize a man. So stop over criticizing and stop underappreciating. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and stay. Okay, have a good day.